Hey, there you are. Good evening, everyone. It is 10 o'clock on Thursday night, and you know what that means, right?
Sex.
Have you checked the children?
Yes, we do.
Sex. Sex. I didn't say it. We're going to get to that crazy chick in a second. So good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Ultimate Guide to Spooky Empire. Already talking among themselves. Oh, wait, hold on a second. Apparently, I already went and screwed up. Sorry.
Talking among themselves.
I know. Leave it to me. All right. Anyway, so yes, good evening. First, of course, we want to get into the disclaimer like we always do. Please know this is a fan-run webcast hosted by longtime attendees of Spooky Empire. Any of the opinions expressed here are not necessarily representative of those at Spooky Empire. In no way are we working for or compensated by Spooky Empire or any of their staff. The views expressed here are purely our own, and we should only be held responsible, just us, for anything on this webcast. So don't go harassing PD or Gina or anybody else. And FYI, this is not a child-friendly show, as we use profanity and discuss very adult topics. So if you continue to watch this broadcast, you ascertain that you accept the aforementioned terms and agree to them. For any official information, please see spookyempire.com and follow them on their respective media. And please stand clear of the doors and hold on to the handrails. So, this evening, yes, and we've got Harriett with us, who we haven't seen in a while. Good evening, Harriett.
Cheers.
Cheers! I will drink to that. Yes, and of course, who's this handsome gentleman over here? We've got Adam with us.
Oh yeah, hey, good evening, everybody out in Spooky Land.
Oh yeah,
that was my hair flip.
Okay, I'm gonna need a moment.
Look, everybody,
so good to do this.
Okay,
cheers.
And we have a special cheers. We have a special guest with us this evening that's going to give us all sorts of spooky goodness. James, some of you may have seen her videos about the Disneybounding and Spooky Days.
I'm the Spooky Days spooksperson.
Spooky Days spooksperson.
Nice.
That's my title.
I love that. I love
I'm
the play on words. It's so awesome. Speaking of which, that is the first topic we are going to get to tonight, because we have had some developments as far as Spooky Day in the parks, and I'm going to hand this over to Mr. Pretty there.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, I'm only the fan semi-authority on it. Of course, James is the spooksperson, but yeah, I mean, you know, some of the general bullet points I'll just kind of dive into a little bit, and James can embellish.
Absolutely,
yes, she is official. And just so you know, so she'll probably be like yelling at us if we give any misinformation or do anything bad. She's officially here on spooky terms just to beat the crap out of us if we do something wrong.
Yeah,
I
was sent by the man.
the yelling and the beating, that's pretty standard fare for James.
You're used to it.
Yeah. So yeah, all right. So yeah, spooky days in the park. Okay, yes. Okay, spooks person. I think the big hot topic is the discount on the rooms. It's only available until August 22nd. So if you're looking to get, the 22nd of August. So that's at Disney's Coronado Springs. And what do you have to say if you call up for the reservation, James, or do you have to do that online?
You just let them know that you're doing Spooky Days in the park, and they'll give you that discount. And that's where the hub of everything is for Spooky Days. So it's nice to be able to wake up and go to sleep where all the action is happening.
Yeah. Yep. Just like we do at the convention.
Yeah, exactly. And then that's also where everything for the weekend is going to wrap up with the character breakfast on Sunday.
Awesome. Yeah. And that discount rate is $199 a night.
Which is a big discount for a Disney hotel.
Yeah, it is. No kidney extractions or anything. So that's a good deal. It really is.
Smart ass.
Yeah, I know. So let's see. So we've got some links we can post for sure. We'll be posting those.
We've got Rob monitoring the chat, so he'll be putting them in the chat, and we'll be putting them in the description bar down below after the webcast.
Oh, good.
Excellent.
Good deal.
So that'll give you links to the official Facebook page for the Spooky Days in the Park, and information about all the events that are going on there. The Tower of Terror. What's the official name on that again? The Tower of Terror.
It's the Gala at the Tower.
Gala at the Tower.
At the Tower. It's an official VIP party exclusively for our people, and it is a discounted event until the end of the month. And if you go online, there's a link to the tickets and the discount code, so you can get a little bit of a break on those tickets. It is something that's considered a VIP event, so it's priced accordingly, but there is a lot involved.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of bonus things that even like regular Disney events don't have. So we're very excited that it's being specially cultivated just for us. And that, for some reason, that becomes my phrase when I'm talking about everything, just for us, because it is definitely.
That's important, though. I mean, especially with Spooky. I mean, Disney does very few very exclusive events.
Yeah.
So.
And this is also, you know, something specifically geared towards the villains, which they've been rolling out here and there. But for us to be able to come in as a private group and be able to do something that's villain VIP, it's pretty cool. I'm excited.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. After reading the description, which I encourage everybody listening, watching to do, go look at everything that's going on there. I mean, the highlights.
I can list it.
You do it. Let's hear it, James. List it out.
Okay.
Go for it.
Okay. Included in the gala at the tower is transportation to and from Coronado Springs Hotel. You get VIP access to the courtyard of the Hollywood Tower of Terror, including unlimited rides, meet and greets with Disney's very own villains that'll come out and take pictures and meet and greet with us. We have a DJ that's going to be playing in the courtyard, playing music all night.
Not Petey.
No.
Just want to put that out there. Not Petey.
No, Petey's going to be enjoying the party, I'm sure, because there's going to be unlimited desserts that are all themed for the event, and an open bar. So there's going to be beer, wine, and an official spirit drink for us, a commemorative lanyard, and a commemorative pin.
Man.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a list.
Petey. So it is a drunk Petey, and and this is also a good place to show off all those bounding ideas, all the really cool costume-ish outfits that people come up with. It can't be full costume. We kind of went over those rules in the other videos that I did.
Yes.
So no masks, no blood, and no weapons. But other than that, get as creative as you can. That's what we like from our people.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought up those videos, James. The
videos that they can watch.
The videos, yes, the videos that they can watch. Oh my God. Yes, the publicly consumable videos regarding Spooky Days in the Park.
Family friendly.
Very friendly. I watched them earlier. There's some great info.
Thank you.
We'll definitely throw some links out to those so people know. Because okay, I've been cosplaying, dressing up, doing spooky other conventions, MegaCon, DragonCon for years. And earlier today you said bounding, and I'm like, what's bounding?
Yeah, there's three different terms that we go through. We go through cosplay, we go through bounding, and then there's cosbounding. And I went over these in one of my videos, but I'll go over it real quick. Cosplay is when you're trying to dress as much as you can like the character. Bounding is when you're paying homage to the character and like the colors and the maybe prints of what that character is known for. Like if you've ever seen my Freddy cosplay, my Freddy Bound, I'm wearing an outfit that's pinup inspired, but it's with Freddy's stripes, and it's got the glove blades on my boots. So that's inspired by the character. And then cosbounding kind of rides the line where you'll be dressed in inspiration of a character, but with props and stuff that make it a little bit more costumey. So Disney's got a lot more relaxed on the rules of bounding and cosplay, especially with things like Mickey's Not So Scary and Dapper Days, which I have a huge part in as well. So people ride that line, but definitely with Disney's rules, you cannot come in full character costume.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. But I'll just got to tell you guys, if you're actually coming, Disney bounding at all, bring your A game, because
yeah, for sure.
You got to compete with me, because I got something awesome planned.
And
man,
I'm excited about that. Well, also at Coronado Springs, we're going to have a fashion show of different cosbounding and cosplaying ideas.
I want to be part of the fashion show.
Sign it up. Let's go. Make it happen.
If there's a sign up, just point me to it. I'm in.
You're looking at her. Awesome. And then we're going to have some we're going to have some panels too of people who are cosbounding experts, and some more Disney insider people that are going to be on the schedule for that kind of information. It'll help bring your A game further into spooky.
Awesome.
Very cool.
Yeah.
That's everything that we've got on. We have anything else on Spooky Days?
Oh yeah, there's more. Yeah.
Go ahead, please.
I don't want to take over everything, but there's also a separate,
go right ahead, by all means.
There's a separate Spooky Day in the Parks Facebook page too that you can see a whole bunch of updates when they happen. There's a lot of links to different places to get cosbounding and costuming ideas. Unique Vintage is one of the really good ones. And then I don't know if you guys had talked about the Foolish Mortals premiere that will be happening during Spooky Days. It's a documentary based on the fans and the following of the Haunted Mansion. It was
I'm looking
premiered
forward to that.
Yeah, I'm very excited about it. It was premiered at D23 in California, and the producer and director are going to come over and premiere it here in Florida for the Orlando premiere at Spooky Day in the park. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so they're going to do a panel, and then they'll also be showing the movie on Friday and Saturday a couple of times, and that's included in the admission for the Bizarre Bazaar.
Yes.
Yeah,
Very
so
cool.
we keep
Very
adding
cool.
little things in there, and the Bazaar is only $20 for the entire weekend. But
Oh yeah, I'm totally gonna be there.
yeah, but if you buy the ticket for the gala at the Tower, that's another thing that's included. You get a pass for the Bazaar as well.
Nice. And 20% off right now, guys. Just,
Yeah.
the sale is still going on. I confirmed it last night.
To the end
The
of the
sale's
month.
still going on, 20% off.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's till the 22nd, which is next Tuesday.
That's for the rooms. The ticket
for the
sales are
rooms,
going to go
okay.
through the end of the month, through the 30th.
Yes. Okay, good.
to know.
That's like another paycheck for most people.
Yeah, exactly. It gives everybody a
That's
little
good.
chance to get in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Great.
Okay. And if you guys saw, we actually got a couple of really big guest announcements today, as a matter of fact. And some of you might have seen Shannon Elizabeth, who's like going to be a first-time spooky goer. That's going to be awesome. We're going to get all to her, but Harriett has got some great info as far as that's concerned.
Yes, I do. And I was actually on the phone with a friend, and she was the one who told me all about this because I hadn't seen it. Apparently, Spooky has announced that John and Joan Cusack are both scheduled to come to Spooky this year.
Woo!
Yeah. So that's a very big deal. We had
So excited.
Yeah, we had Joan here for the retro show, and John was recently at MegaCon. But I don't know if they've ever done a convention together or not.
From when I talked to Joan in April, she said that she hadn't, and she knew that her brother had done some, so she was excited to do ours.
Right.
Yeah, she was very excited to have the experience, and I guess maybe they've talked about it before.
Yeah, so apparently they're going to be at Spooky. They're both scheduled to be there together. No prices yet, but when Joan was here in April, May for the retro show, it was about $40 for the autograph, $40 for the picture. And
I just got to show it off just because.
Yep, there you go. And
It's
I
so
think
great.
Darling. She
Yeah.
was so darling. But yes.
And
Continue. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think John was about $75, $80 at MegaCon, and I think that was about the going rate for the autograph, and probably photo op only. So that's a separate thing that we're all aware of. You pay for your photo, and you have to go and get your picture taken with him on a background, and then you pick up your picture later. So those two were the big announcement for today. Yes, the one previous to that was Shannon Elizabeth. Some people say she's not horror, but she's been in Scary Movie. She was in 13 Ghosts. She was in Cursed. She was in 13 Ghosts. She was okay. We will mention Jack Frost.
The infamous shower scene.
The infamous shower scene. God, that was awful. But yes,
And her co-stars.
Yes, exactly. She's scheduled for Spooky. She hasn't been active in movies lately because her second love right now is a nonprofit called Animal Avengers. She does like animal rescue and stuff like that. And she's trying to get money for all these things. And it was really interesting because when I went to the page, it had like it broken down of what she wants to use the money for.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, she wanted to use the money for things like helicopter gas. You know, things that you wouldn't think of, but I guess that it's necessary for them to use in their animal rescue. But it's big animals. It's out in the, she was out in Africa and stuff like that. So it was really interesting stuff. But she also posted Spooky's Saturday post that she was excited to come and wants to meet everybody. And she said she was looking for the hot vegan restaurants and haunted houses in Orlando. So if anybody's looking to escort Shannon Elizabeth around Orlando, now's your time.
I don't think we have any volunteers this round.
No, none at all.
Darn.
I'm sorry, Adam. Are your hand? What are you?
Yeah.
Is your hand?
Is that a hand up I see?
Were you just waving your hands in the air like you just don't care?
But I do care. I do.
Or are you
So
just
are you vegan all of a sudden?
I'm so vegan. I will eat all the steaks that are in eyesight to protect her from them. I will.
I'm sure she would appreciate that immensely.
Yeah.
She gets mad respect from me, though. I mean, especially when they do this and they donate most of the proceeds of what they get during the weekend to causes. That's some mad respect. And if she's actually putting it out there, okay, this money is going for this, and this, if she's being that transparent, that's really awesome. That's not just like, awesome. I have this cause. No, she's actually being really transparent, and that's something you don't see a lot. So mad respect from me, man.
Yeah.
It'll definitely something be brought up in her panel, I'm sure.
Yeah, she's traveling out there, and like I said, she's not really being real active in movies because this is like her second thing for her to do. So we'll be hearing a lot of that over the weekend, over the spooky weekend. Animal Avengers.
So animals and capes.
Animals and capes.
All I can picture is like Iron Man
elephant.
So that's
a hamster in a cape. I don't know.
Yeah, I want Iron Man elephant. But...
So those are the big announcements right now. Shannon Elizabeth, John and Joan Cusack,
who I'm sure will probably have a photo op of their own. You'll probably be able to get a picture with the two of them. I'm
sure. Absolutely. Yeah, that would be great. And they're all along with the regulars that we have listed: Richard Dreyfuss, Ken Foree. Let's see, John Kassir, the voice of the Crypt Keeper.
Woo!
CJ Graham. I saw that his photo op price is listed. He's doing the photo op in costume of him as Jason, and it's $60. So that's not a bad price at all for him to show up in full Jason regalia.
I still think that's hilarious because that could be anybody in the mask, but. We talked about that last time.
Right, exactly, yeah.
I'm just point for Rob, so if you're in the chat room, you can talk to him about that.
Yeah, I know. I'm just kind of like mentioning the other stuff. But then some suggestions have been, Demmie said Bob Barker, which I didn't know about. Bob Barker?
Bob Barker?
I actually looked at the webpage because if you actually look at the visitor posts on the webpage, some people actually make decent suggestions, and sometimes they're fun to talk about.
Yeah.
And so somebody suggested Bob Barker, and it's like, I'm sure it was tongue in cheek, but I was like, okay.
That would be a cool guest, though, if he would come. I would absolutely support that.
I'd go to his panel.
Yeah, exactly. And another one.
Elizabeth could get together with the animal thing.
Yeah. And another one which I fully support, we've had him before as a guest, is Corey Feldman.
Yeah, he's so weird.
He's going to bring the angels.
He was just here, though. He was just here in concert.
Yeah, he's been to Spooky before. This was I think in 2004. And we just
I think take the sunglasses off like ever.
Yeah, no, he was there with his wife, and we grabbed that picture, and it was hysterical. But he's been to Spooky before, and I would love for him to come back. If he came with the Angels and performed, it would just be the spectacle to end all spectacles.
I'd watch it. I'm not gonna lie, I'd watch it.
Everybody would watch.
Yeah.
So
I've seen his YouTube videos, so I'm not gonna lie, it's a train wreck that I right there.
Can't look away. Can't look away.
Yeah. So Corey Feldman for Spooky 2017, and that's all I've got so far guest-wise. So there you go.
And I do want to take a minute, not to bring the room down, but we do have there's a couple past guests at Spooky that either passed away or aren't doing too well right now. First of all, Ric Flair. We got to send our love, energy out to Rick.
Yeah.
Rick was awesome. He was just at last Spooky in December, I want to say.
December, yes, he was.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He was great. And I remember standing there and watching him just with the kids. He's great with his fans, but it's amazing how wonderful he is with the freaking kids. And then watching the kids' faces, oh God, it was really, it got me, right? There used to be a heart there, but that hole.
In the fields?
Right in the hole.
Right in the hole. He got it right in the hole.
Wait that's good. That's a whole different story for a whole different cast.
But then, and of course, some of you have heard, especially those that are fellow Godzilla fans, and I can never pronounce it. Haruo, I can never pronounce his name. Nagajima, I can never pronounce his name right. But
that sounds pretty close.
Yeah, Haruo Nakajima. And if I'm butchering it, I apologize. Japanese is not my forte. He was like the first Godzilla in the suit. I want to say for the first 12 movies.
Wow. Yeah, he did a lot.
Yeah, he did a lot, and he's like the Godzilla for me. And he was at Spooky last May, I want to say.
Yeah, I think so. That was the one where they built the giant balloon Godzilla, right? Yeah. Yeah,
Yes.
that was amazing. If anybody missed that, there's pictures you can find.
Oh God, yeah. Look up the pictures. He was darling, and I was just as Lily Munster, and it was amazing. He just came with the jab, Lily Munster, Lily Munster, and in my head, I lost it. I broke character, and I just lost it. It was absolutely amazing. He was so sweet. Oh, he was amazing. So yeah, I want to take a moment, and you know what? Toast to them, and good health to Rick.
I don't have anything.
Just pretend.
Oh wait, there's an Iron Man water bottle because I've done that race.
Because Animals Avengers. There you go.
That's right.
Yeah.
You're plugging.
Plug in Animal Avengers. But there we go.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wanted to give a shout out to them, definitely. And for the autograph prices that we did give with Joan and John and Shannon Elizabeth and CJ Graham, I want to give a shout out to Horror and Sons for that. HorrorandSons.com, look them up. And if you haven't seen it yet, they've been great sponsors in the past. They're fantastic. And if you go and look at their reviews of between the toys and the records and all the old school horror stuff, you definitely want to look up their blog, because they just announced they're doing a Halloween series. And basically what this is, if you like writing, they have a guest writer like every day for October, and I think they've got like 29 slots, and they've already had a bunch already snapped up, and they have a different theme every year. The theme this year, I want to say, is a horror character that's really affected you.
Yeah, I have the info if you need that. It's
yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's HorrorandSons.com. The actual title of the theme this year is Fiends, Freaks, and Final Girls.
Okay, see, I got it wrong.
Cool.
It's on one character that's affected you, however, personally, whatever. It can be any character. It can be the main character. It can be a survivor. It can be a villain, whatever. Freddy and Jason, however, are banned this year. So you can't do Freddy or Jason.
You okay, James?
Oh, no.
But you can claim Michael Myers.
Now, anybody can.
Yeah, no, the thing is, the actual claiming doesn't take place until this Saturday, the 19th, starting at noon.
And it could be anything?
It could be anything.
Like the Big Sister and Poltergeist?
Exactly. They want 600 words or more. They want it, if one person claims one character, then that character cannot be claimed by anyone else.
Oh, wow.
Plant your flag.
Yeah. So if somebody claims Michael Myers, then that's it. So, but they want you to write just a thesis. You can include pictures if you want, but it's due to them by September 30th, and they'll post them throughout the month of October. So every day is a new update. So, but there's only, I think, 29 slots, I think. Is that what, how many he said?
Slots.
Slots.
There's that hole again.
Yeah, there's 29 sluts.
I went to school with them.
But no, I do. He did it was fantastic last year. I loved the series last year, and it's really fun just to read perspective, because I think it was something about like the first Halloween movie you remember as a kid or something like that, and it's just reading the perspective from other people. It's not just like, oh, why you love such and such horror movie, but it really gets in, psychologically thinking and reading about these experiences from other writers was really cool, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what they come up with this year.
Did you do one last year?
I did, and I talked about a movie, I want to say 1989, Dance of the Damned, a vampire film that not a lot of people know about.
That's right. Yeah, I talked about Something Wicked This Way Comes.
Oh, yeah.
It terrifies me.
Yeah, it's a Disney film. It's a freaking Disney film.
Horrifying.
Based on a Ray Bradbury story, and it still freaks me out. I mean, Mr. Dark and the creepy carnival comes to town. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I wrote about that one last year, and I have my idea of what I want to write about this year. I just hope I get the character that I want. So we'll see what happens.
I'm thinking back to like Children of the Corn and Malachi.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Outlanders, not Outsiders. That's something else.
Oh, we had them in April.
Pony Boy.
Met him.
But that actually Harriet brings up a good point, though. So those who are thinking of like ideas for spooky costumes, especially Disneybounding, check out Mr. Dark.
Yeah,
I think Mr. Dark would be an amazing. I'd love to see a Mr. Dark.
Yeah. And
So,
and
throwing that-
you know, talking about, you know, costumes that we haven't seen. That's, you know, kind of another one. It's, you don't see a lot of spooky, creepy ringmasters out there. So
You know, I've had the chance to judge introduce the costume contest a couple of times, and I'll probably do it again in October. And that's the coolest thing, is seeing what people come up with that hasn't been seen before, and the gender bending stuff.
yeah,
That gets really
Get the creativity.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like there's somebody behind me.
It's coming from inside the house.
Man, that's
Have you
trippy.
checked the children?
Actually, she was just up here, so I don't know. But yeah,
I don't know.
all the people.
I love the just. I don't know.
So I think
She's one of us.
She's a sleepwalker, so it gets a little creepy sometimes.
oh dear.
But the people who do like all the handmade stuff, that gets really interesting, and like all the textural stuff, and coming up with the cross betweens, like the guy who was Ash and Evil Dead this year. He was the Pokemon Ash.
Oh,
but
that
Evil
guy.
Dead.
Yeah. When they come up
He
with
won,
the punny ones.
Yeah. I love that. I can totally appreciate that. Like the dead-on ringers are cool too, because that takes a lot of freaking effort. I am not a clown person. Anybody who's ever met me knows clowns know me. But there's
Oh, see, now that you've already said it, now you know they're coming.
Yeah. I've already had them on the other side of the curtain calling my name. I know, I get it. But there's some good twisties out there. So
Don't watch American Horror Story this year.
You know, that's I know that's one of my favorite shows, and I know he's going to be involved in it. I just kind of I watch it sideways and wait for his scenes to pass. Yeah, I do. I watch it sideways. I'm like, okay, tell me when it's over.
That's awesome.
I'm such a pussy. I don't know. But I have to blame Poltergeist and It for that. So you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Poltergeist scared the crap out of all of us when we were that stupid clown doll.
I was way too young.
Rob had a whole big
Shut
thing
up,
with the clown doll.
I was way too young when I watched that. That was not.
When you watched it, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, when I watched it, that's.
Yeah.
No.
Well, with the whole new resurgence of the new It movie and all of the promo being everywhere and the
you can't get away from it. Yeah.
I'm like, stop! I can't look at Facebook. You fuckers, stop putting it up there.
Yeah.
And last year clowns was the big thing with, you know, all these creepy clowns coming out of the woods.
Yeah.
And nobody knew what was going on. It's like, who are these people? What are they doing? And what's their intent? And blah, 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 blah. Yeah. And I thought, okay, well, the clown thing is come and gone, but it's, you know, haha.
Well, that was a whole grassroots marketing campaign. That's what that was.
A year ago.
Well, they built it up.
The whole new thing with Horror Story this year, it's all the political stuff from the past election. So the clowns are going to be played in another way too, on another level of a politician clown.
Yeah. I'm not too jazzed that they're touching on the politics issue, but I'm always curious as to what they come up with, because it's always different and it's always entertaining for me. I mean, the last season of Roanoke was the best comic horror TV series ever. I binge watched the last 3 or 4 episodes and I could not stop laughing. It was hysterical. And it wasn't meant to be, but it was.
Yeah, I suck. I got to catch up on that season.
It was completely different than the others. I mean, they really went a different direction.
That's what I heard.
So it was really cool. I would love to.
I'm waiting for it on Netflix.
I would love to get Ryan Murphy on a panel. Can you imagine?
Oh yeah, I'd love to pick his brain. That'd be great.
Get him and Stephen King in a room. Let him go.
Pick. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Definitely.
Oh, and another note I did want to mention when it comes to Shannon Elizabeth, and I forgot to mention this earlier. Not only is she on Facebook, and so she interacts with her fans. So if you're a fan, by all means, go look her up on Facebook. She interacts with everybody. Also, I have it on good authority. She's actually a really competitive poker player.
Oh yeah,
since the casino night. Yeah. So I mean, you know, having Shannon Elizabeth spank your ass at poker.
I don't think that's what they want her to spank.
There's a lot of words in there that I like.
Yeah.
Adam, spank and ass and
poke her.
Yeah, liquor in the front,
terrible.
Poker in the back.
In the rear, yeah.
I'm a terrible gambler.
See, strip poker. You have to challenge her to some strip poker.
Oops,
I lost.
Challenge.
Challenge.
Oh
God.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
Did someone lose their pants? I'm sorry.
Were there pants involved?
There's never pants. No pants.
That's why this is from here up, right?
Always.
I'm not wearing pants.
We can tell.
Oh. The other thing I did want to bring up, and this is going around the rumor mill. I don't know if it's been confirmed or not. I actually don't follow his page. Alex Vincent, those of you that remember Andy from the Child's Play movies, for the first time ever. I mean, he's been in like an institution at Spooky like forever. Like literally since every show since the first one. And he's actually not going to be there this year.
Whoa.
Interpret that as you may. From what I understand, he's got a booking like in England or the UK, somewhere. So he's actually going to miss Spooky.
Yeah, he's doing a convention in Birmingham, England this year. So
there's a couple of other conventions at the same time, unfortunately. That's where Robert Englund's booked elsewhere.
Yes, and that was the other point I was going to bring up. People
and my restraining order.
Robert Englund will not be there.
People, stop asking for Freddie. He's not coming this year. Okay?
I will never stop.
He's going to be Alamo City Comic-Con, but he's been a Spooky like what 4 times? Something like that?
It's never enough.
He'll be back.
He'll be back.
Yeah,
he'll be back. He will always come back. He's a professional, and he's great to meet. I have nothing against the guy, but he's going to Alamo. He's going to Alamo. He's going to go piss on the
remembering the Alamo. Yeah.
He is the basement of the Alamo.
He's going to go to the basement of the basement of the Alamo. You can go there. That's where Alamo City Comic Con is, and it's in the basement of the Alamo. Go there and you meet Robert Englund. So there you go.
He was
stop asking for him. He's very cool.
Just like his personality, even off the whole Freddy. Like I worked at the theme park that has the big horror nights, and I got to meet him and take him through a house and everything one year, and he's just real chill, real cool.
Oh, yeah, no, he's very cool. I've met him a couple times, and he's wonderful, and he's fantastic with his guests, and I always
switches on.
Meeting him.
It's so cool.
Yeah, and he switches on, and he's amazing just to watch the way he interacts with the fans. He's fantastic. But it's like, okay, he's been there 4 times already. He does the con circuit all the time. He's gonna be back. Just
patience,
chill.
It's those first-time Spooky goers that are probably chomping at the bit, saying, "Why isn't Freddie coming?"
Freddie,
you can't blame him for that. I mean, there's a lot of people who are coming.
I can.
You can, because it's not your first Spooky. I don't know how many. But for some people, right? I mean, we always look at it through the lens of ourselves, who have been many times.
I'm the first person to admit I'm jaded, old.
I was like, Demmie, you and I are jaded as hell.
Oh, we're just like, fuck you, you fucking noobs. Right. Yeah, every fucking time. I judge every single one of you, and I make no apologies for it. Not a one.
Exactly. Well, let me ask you this, being veterans as you are. When you do you go to the panels and do you watch the interviews and stuff that the hosts do?
Absolutely.
Can I pick your brain on that? Tell people what your experience is with that and what you like to see, what you would like to see.
Absolutely.
That's what I do there. So I want to hear what you guys are.
No, then we will talk, because unfortunately we've got like about 30 minutes left. So it's like, but that's like we can definitely talk about that.
Cool.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah. And especially, I know Harriett goes to more panels than I do because I've got a short attention span. So after 20 minutes, I'm like, oh, shiny.
Yeah. No, I've been to a lot of panels. I mean, some of my favorites, one of my absolute favorites was Brad Dourif. He was there one year, and everybody was asking him to do the Chucky laugh. And I said, I didn't want to hear the Chucky laugh. It takes you right out of the character.
Thank you.
When you see the person doing it, and he didn't do it, thank goodness.
Yeah.
And
Exorcist 3. Let's talk about the Gemini Killer, man.
He talked about somebody brought up Exorcist 3. I'm a big Deadwood fan. I asked him a question about that, and then his last story he talked about Christopher Lee, and of course I was all ears because he worked with him on the Lord of the Rings movies, and about how interesting he was and how many languages he spoke and how he was in the Second World War and all this stuff, and it was really interesting to see someone that I'm a fan of. To see them fan out about someone else.
Yeah, that's always neat.
Yeah. Because it kind of, it's like, oh my God, they love this person just as much as I do, and
they're human too. Oh my God.
Yeah, exactly. And so, that's why I love going to panels. And another one was Danny Trejo, Machete. He was great. He was super interesting. And
great sense of humor.
Trejo's Coffee and Donuts right there.
That's so great.
And, of course, anytime the guy from Clockwork Orange, I'm forgetting his name, Malcolm McDowell. His Q&As are epic.
Yeah, he doesn't
anytime he's there, just go and you're going to get a laugh and hear a story, and it'll make your day. Very much so.
He's very cheeky.
Yeah, very fun.
Very cheeky. Okay, I did want to bring up, if you guys have not been following the Facebook page, which why aren't you?
Hello.
Yeah, hello. But we are having a Thursday night event at, all of us here at the Ultimate Guide to Spooky whatever.
That thing we're doing.
That thing we're doing. I don't fucking know. But we Thursday night, where a bunch of us are getting together, and on these things, smartphones, they have ghost hunter apps. Pick whatever one you want. Thursday night, we're meeting up. We'll probably be in our pajamas or whatever, and we're all going to go ghost hunting around the Hyatt. I mean, I've heard rumors that someone was killed in the parking lot, and then someone else died in the hotel. Confirmed, unconfirmed, who knows? But we're going to get a bunch of us together, put the apps together, and go ghost hunting Thursday night.
That's
may or may not be drinking.
That's the Thursday before Spooky. So
Thursday before Spooky.
October 26th, I believe it is.
Yes, that's right. So
we'll drink bourbon until we find ghosts.
Yes, and harass the mundanes because that's what we're best at.
I like that plan.
Yes. So Thursday night, October 26th, make sure you check the Facebook page. It's under the events. We will always have all the stuff we have going on under the events, so make sure you check the events part. So, and RSVP, so we know how many people are coming and all that good stuff. Okay, actually, I want to jump ahead just for a second here. The October Camp Blood, the Friday the 13th event. I'm sure you guys have heard all about it. They had over at Gods and Monsters, like Todd and Rick and a bunch of them had a big webcast last night, and I want to say they got like 10,000 views. It's freaking crazy. Yeah, it was absolutely insane. This whole thing's going to be huge. I mean, they've got all sorts of celebrities lined up for it. They've got tons of vendors. They're already talking about like the giveaways and the raffles and you know, the Halloween megastore that's going to be decorating the place and like all sorts of stuff like that. We're going to be there. We're going to be doing, you know, a pajama contest. We're probably going to be doing coloring or some ridiculous crap like that because it's ridiculous. And I've got some fantastic coloring pages that have like lots of profanity on them.
Combine it and do a pajama coloring contest?
I like that. We can do that.
We don't do a lot of stuff with pants, do we?
Why? Pants are evil, man. Pants are the alt-right of the...
the alt-right of the...
And the and the alt left. Else it's a weird pair of pants.
And the alt left, and I don't fucking know. Whatever the buzzword of the week is, I don't fucking know.
Pants keep in all the
alt middle.
We've declared war on
terrorists.
pants.
Pants are terrorists.
The war on pants.
Don't let them win.
The war on pants. The war on pants. But yeah, we have some prizes that we're putting together from our sponsors and stuff. We're gonna have some great prizes for best pajamas. We're gonna do like coloring, profanity, all sorts of stuff. We're gonna have giveaways. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So
coloring,
make sure you check
profanity.
I like it.
I've got like coloring books with some great freaking like colorful profanity pages, man, that are just ripe for.
I have a vagina coloring book.
Yes, coloring vaginas.
Yeah, it's from when I did the vagina monologues, and it's a coloring book of all kinds of different vaginas you can color.
I feel like I'm not going to get a lot of use out of my 64 Crayola box with that.
See, and that's where you get creative.
What are you talking about? You've seen a few.
Let's see, peach.
Five.
There's more than peach gray. I've been to a couple strip clubs where I've seen some shades of gray.
And browns and taupes.
Taupe.
The rainbow of ladies that are out there.
Yeah, we got the Benetton of vaginas. There we go.
That's right. We'll make the rainbow flag of vaginas.
All the colors of the wind.
Fucking pants are Nazis, man. Vaginas, however.
There we go.
Oh my God.
How do you really feel?
The war on pants and Benetton of vaginas. I think those are our buzzwords tonight.
Should we have a
I think that's going to be the title of the webcast. Yes.
Benetton.
See, and that's how we get the title of the webcast. I love it. I absolutely love it. Okay, but yeah, definitely, guys. This is the kind of stuff you're going to see at the Camp Blood Friday the 13th event. Make sure you check out the event page for more. They have tons of information there. They just updated it, so make sure you check that out.
Definitely.
O'Keefe tribute? What? Rob's he's drinking Di Serono and he's drinking stuff and he's talking about George O'Keefe tributes or something.
Oh dear.
We love our chats.
That's good. Di Serono.
It's classy. The classy stuff, Di Serono. Okay. One thing I did want to do though, after we mentioned that, I wanted to hand it over to Adam because just go over a quick refresher for those of you that haven't been to Spooky before. I know it's been a while since we've gone over what people who haven't been to Spooky before should probably know. First of all, I do want to mention that Adam and myself, we both showered before the podcast. See, this is all fresh fro here.
Ain't you fancy?
This is fresh fro. So this is something you should keep in mind. Yeah, so you can't even smell us, and we smell good. So please shower when you go to the con. Make it a habit, please. That's my #1 tip. Just shower. Okay, we shower for you. We turn the favor. But wait.
You have to deodorant after the shower.
Oh, yeah.
Because
and
after a shower.
No X.
Yeah.
There's a whole episode where I go over, and I'll do it again, where layering, it's like where between the proper shower, because you can't use hotel soap, because that stuff's crap. Using the moisturizer, using the proper deodorant, keeping yourself cool, body powder, all that good stuff. But that's, I'll do the next webcast. But
I room with 4 people, so I'm all about showering and keeping fresh.
It's critical.
Important, man. That's more important. Yes.
It's critical. That is Demmie's #1 tip, and that is also my #1 tip. Shower, grooming, deodorizing, roll around in a big pile of talcum powder, whatever you got to do.
Powder that swamp crotch.
It's all right, the swamp crotch, because some
powder
people
that
come to
swamp
Spooky.
Crotch.
Yeah, some people come to Spooky who are not Floridians. I mean, it's a lot of Floridians, but not everybody.
We get some internationals
reminder,
too. Yeah.
Yeah, some internationals, and Orlando is hot as balls in October.
Some of y'all stink.
Yeah.
We all can stink.
It's
the humidity.
Humidity.
You manage the stink.
That's right.
I don't stink. I refuse to stink. I get paranoid, man. I get paranoid. I do checks on a regular basis, man. Because I've smelled what some of the fanboys smell like, and it's not good. It's just like when you walk up to someone and that wall of funk, we've all dealt with it, where it's just like, no, dude, you stay over there.
It's not just boys, though. You have to, the ladies have to take responsibility for it, too.
Wash your vagina.
Swamp crotch.
No matter what color your vagina is.
Swamp crotch is universal.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Well, that's rule #1 is good grooming.
Yes.
Stay clean.
Yes. Especially with your vagina.
That's right. I'll excel on that one, I guess.
Are you
find
an
a vagina.
inspector?
All right. I'll wash it.
Yes, he's going to be the vagina inspector.
I don't want this responsibility.
Is that too much responsibility for you?
I can't
just hand
this.
out wet wipes. Will be good.
That's what I'll do. Yeah, I got kicked out of the Vagina Avengers. That's not for me.
I still have my cape.
Your vagina has a cape?
Yeah. Does it yours? It's super.
Mine's got a tiara.
Super vajayjay.
Yeah, mine's got
superpowers.
Yeah, mine's got a nice little tiara on it. So,
rule #2:
dose.
Pack good, effective treats. I'm serious, because the lines get long sometimes with the awesome, incredible celebrities that you're going to see at Spooky. And if you're rushing to get ready and get into costume and you don't think about it, you run out the door, and all you have to rely on is some nasty, greasy fries or chicken fingers from the hotel. And granted, they're not bad, but I mean, pack some, high protein bars or something. Almonds, great. So think that through. Get a whole bag of this stuff and bring it. You'll save a ton of money and you won't be hungry, because a hungry con-goer is a sad con-goer. #3. Pad your navigation times, especially if you're not familiar with the hotel that you're going to be at, because Spooky tends to bounce around.
Huge.
Hyatt's big.
It's bigger
Can
than
I give a tip?
Yes.
Give you guys a tip. There's a parking garage at the Orlando I-360 that is free. And if you want to do something really simple and inexpensive, you can literally Uber for $5 and it'll drop you off at the front door of the hotel.
That's nice, because I think parking at the Hyatt is like $25. $22 bucks?
$22 a day, yep.
It's up there. That's a great tip.
Yes. It drops you off at the front door, because even if you park at the Hyatt, there's a track, and I did that today. It's not pretty in the heat, especially if you're carrying costumes and things.
Yeah, that relates straight back to #1. You'll be sweaty and stinky. You don't want that. So,
exactly.
So pad your times. Yep. Pad your times. Make sure you've got, and your vagina. And I mean, and not just for like trying to get from point A to point B. Like you might be on your way to a panel or on your way to an event and bump into like 9 different friends. And then you see a bunch of cool things you want to take photos of, and just think ahead. That's tip number 3.
Yes.
It does, yeah, all the time. Number 4, treat everyone with respect. I mean, that's yes. I wish that was common sense and a no-brainer, but it's not necessarily. I mean, even if they don't give it to you, just be respectful. Yeah, I know. Well, yeah, you're.
No, seriously,
good
don't
vibe,
be a douche. No, don't be a douche. We have a whole episode on this, which I will link, but we have like 30 ways not to be a douche. Just don't be a douche. Yeah.
Honestly,
because good vibes are infectious.
Yeah. I brought my kids with me for each time we've gone, whether it's my little one who started coming when she was 5 all the way up to my teens, and my boyfriend's oldest son who's in his 20s now. Ugh. Every level has been so cool with the kids, with the adults, with the teens. Each level of age groups that have been there, we've always had a good time, and everybody's always been pretty chill. Yeah. So we're
for the most part, but there's always those couple that have to ruin it for everybody,
Those are the first timers.
Yeah. And this is why we do this. Yep. This is why we do this, to prepare you guys and to give you the best tips to really not only get the most out of your money, but to get the best experience that you'll have, instead of just going and getting pissed off. Why is so-and-so charged so much? Why did so-and-so cancel?
Yeah. And spooky has nothing to do with how much they charge. It's not the gig of the event. That's all on the celebrities and however they set it.
Yeah. That's the agents said all that, but yeah.
Oh, the agents.
Yeah. That's so tip number 5 out of 5. Adam's last super newbie tip for the night, is don't wreck the joint.
Oh my God.
The last thing we want to do is alienate our hosts, and we want them to welcome us back.
Yeah. And that water slide
has so much great space.
Yep.
And that water slide, don't mess up the water slide, because the water slide is awesome. And the waterfall, and there's so many cool things, and don't mess it up.
It's a nice place.
Yeah, piggyback on top of that. That includes your room if you're staying in there. That includes the hallways if you're waiting for panels and autographs. That includes the restaurants if you're eating there. I mean, kind of think about all the different places that all those people are going to be going into. And if you're even just there for the day, find a garbage can if you have trash to throw away. Find a cool corner to kind of chill out in if you need to. Yeah, be respectful.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. For real. Okay. Let's see. I wanted to go over, because looks like we got about 10 minutes left. Let's see. We've got 2 topics to cover. Let's see how quickly we can go through this. You know what? Let's go over your favorite guest who's canceled Spooky in the past. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that canceled and never came back, but, canceled and rescheduled, because here's the great thing about Spooky. Spooky's been around for over 15 years now, and they've done like 2 shows a year for God knows how long, and math, and I don't fucking know, 3 times 3 equals chair. I don't fucking know. It's been like 20 some odd shows. Hole. Put it in the hole. There have only, and I sat back last night and I asked a couple of friends and I thought about it, and there's been maybe 20 people overall. There's been 20 cancellations, and like at least 15 of those have come back. So that's one of the things I love about Spooky. Unlike a lot of these bigger cons where you get guest cancellations all the goddamn time. Yeah. Spooky's really pretty good. I mean, well, not pretty good. They're fantastic about like when people cancel, actually getting them to come back. I can only think of maybe 2 or 3 occasions where someone canceled and didn't come back. And 9 times out of 10, that's usually because unfortunately they died, which... like Matthew McGrory from Big Fish, and he was Tiny from House of a Thousand Corpses.
Yes.
Yeah, unfortunately he passed away, so unfortunately we never got to meet him. And Ben Wolf, Harriett, we were talking about him last night, that played Meep on American Horror Stories Freak Show.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, wow. Yep.
Yeah, he was great.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of those, but I mean, you know what, Harriett, let me ask you. I mean, who would be the big guest that canceled? Or whether they came back or not, I mean, who was your favorite guest that canceled?
And this goes back really to the early days of when I started coming, when we had talked about having Stephen Jeffries on from Fright Night.
Oh.
Yeah, I had no idea some of the extracurricular movies he had done, and I was all looking forward to meeting him because I really liked his character in the movie. But unfortunately, some trolls kind of made that impossible to happen, and he canceled. I don't know if it was personal reasons. I don't know if it was because of the trolling. I don't know. But I was pretty bummed because I really wanted to meet him. He was in Fright Night. I can never remember his character's name, but you know, he was somebody I really was looking forward to meet in the early days of Spooky. And also,
did you get to meet him when he came back?
He hasn't come back.
I interviewed him retro last year.
I don't remember it. Stephen Jeffries from Fright Night?
We had a Fright Night reunion.
Then I totally missed it. I totally missed it. I was bummed.
Oh, man.
So that pisses me off.
Oh, sorry.
That's how Spooky is, though. So much happens. Sometimes
I know.
It falls through the cracks, even when you're an active
And it was on
participant.
retro. It was during retro, so it wasn't like, you know, the October event.
It wasn't, a big deal. Well, like a huge thing. Probably the biggest one for me, and now we did get to meet him later, was George Romero. He was scheduled twice, and he had to cancel twice. Now, the third time he was scheduled, he did come. But it was kind of devastating to me to be able to meet someone like that and then to have it canceled later on. And it kind of makes me realize how people get upset when the guy from Walking Dead, sorry guys, I've been drinking and I can't remember anybody's name. So the guy from Walking Dead, Norman Reedus, when he is scheduled and he's canceled. So, you know, I can understand that now, but that was my biggest thing when George Romero was scheduled and he canceled. So.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Good. Those are good guests.
Yeah.
I personally wouldn't say somebody who's canceled, but when the hurricane hit and that whole thing canceled, I was scheduled to have the Ladies of Nightmare on Elm Street panel. I was scheduled to have Millie Bobby Brown's panel from Stranger Things. I was scheduled to have a whole bunch of really great panels to host. And then when it got rescheduled, I was already out of town that weekend, so I lost all of that and my chance for Robert Englund.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's different when they cancel with your role, James, in Spooky.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a different level of loss. You're like, I don't get to sit in a room with them anymore. Damn it.
Honestly, that's my crack, man. As soon as I find out what the guests are, I start putting in my bids for the panels and find out who I get to hang out with backstage for 2 seconds. I mean, I didn't get to do Malcolm McDowell or Joan Cusack's panels, but I did get to hang out with them a little bit backstage because I did the pre-shows. So I still, get a little bit of that rubbing elbows.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. Yeah, I don't have any really missed celebrities. I've never been too strong into the celebrity aspect of conventions. I mean, I'm not completely out of it, but yeah, I don't really have a favorite missed. I don't have a contribution to this one.
Demmie.
Yep, there it is.
Oh, you missed him? You missed Trejo?
Demmie, your audio's out.
Or lost your audio.
Can't hear you.
I think
we can see your boobs.
When she pulled back to show us the boobs,
I know.
Maybe she
your
unplugged.
audio's gone. She's still talking.
Can you unplug and plug back in?
You're on mute. You're on mute.
Yeah, you're on mute.
All right, let me try that. Is that working?
You are on.
All right. The stupid headphones. I need some new headphones. Okay.
Right.
But yeah, that's why I wore the shirt, because the first time he came, he canceled literally like the night before. He was filming Predators. That was the big thing. So he was filming with Robert Rodriguez, and unfortunately they needed him. So he canceled the night before. So he came back, and it was great. And I'm a huge fan, and I've met him a couple of times since. If you haven't tried his Trejo's Tacos, do so. I've been trying to get PD and Gina to bring the Trejo's Tacos because I want to see the Trejo's Taco truck, just because. That'll be amazing.
That would be very cool.
He's amazing though. He is so much fun. He is just so much fun at Spooky. I have met him since. And the other big one is C. Thomas Howell, the first time he canceled.
Oh, yeah. He was very sweet last year. He was.
Yeah. He was very nice. I didn't recognize him at first because he did kind of look like a bomber. And I found out it was for a role. Yeah. But he looked kind of homeless.
Yeah, I had the Outsiders panel with him and Ralph, and they were really fun to talk to. And
and the fact that they were like signing autographs right after the panel, I found out
that was something special. Was really cool. PD came up to me right before that panel started, and he's like, "Oh, I got something really cool for afterwards." And I'm like, "What? You're springing this on me? What are you talking about?" But even Ralph and he called him Tommy. Ralph and Tommy, they were backstage. Tommy,
yeah,
we're friends. Tommy. They were backstage talking about it because it was a new thing for them too, and they were like, "Yeah, let's try it. Who knows how it goes?" And it ended up being really cool.
Yeah, they were very, very cool. Okay, but we got a couple minutes, so unfortunately the last topic, which really isn't a big deal, it was just frequently asked questions, which you can go to spookyempire.com/FAQ. A lot of them are answered there, why do celebrities charge so much, or can you wear costumes, why is VIP charge so much, da-da-da-da-da, all that stuff, and we can get into an entire episode on that, next time around, but if you go to spookyempire.com/FAQ, it's all right there. So... But we especially want to thank James for being with us tonight, our official
Yay!
That's a lot of fun. I'll talk about this all the time.
She's a liaison.
My spooks person.
Yeah, spooksperson.
Yeah.
Spooksperson. I love it.
And I see Harriet's fixing her hair there.
Yeah.
There we go.
We have to compete with Adam's hair.
I know, with the Adam hair flip. There we go.
Toss.
Toss.
Unfortunately, you can't toss the fro. The fro is not very tossable.
That's so fun.
The untossable.
The untossable. But thank you all, everyone, for tuning in tonight. Make sure you subscribe, wherever the subscribe button is. We'll be putting the links below and all that good stuff. Thank you for tuning in. And, I don't even have anything good for just... That's all I got. All right. Good night, everyone.